Gundam.tk presents 1/100th Neo Gundam. Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert 184, 2Rs, 2Bs, GundamReviews.net, and you've already seen the unbox of the RX-99 Neo Gundam from the manga Silhouette Formula 91 in UC-0123, and now it's time to take a look at the plates in detail to go along with some of the other bonuses that you're going to get with this, like the MS Handbook. The manual is very similar to the Silhouette Gundams here, and they really loved lens flare as much as J.J. Abrams, it looks like. RX-99 down there. When you crack it open, more information about the Neo Gundam. You can see the core fighter being shown off, the old school line art with the front view looking very cool, the AFX prominent on the shoulder. Look at the colors there in the G-Bird that are not going to be recreated unless you do it yourself, and some side and rear views. And inside you can see all the plates laid out and just how easy it is to put this together. There's a lot of white on this manual when you're putting it together, and a whole bunch of seals that you're going to have to be careful that you don't miss out on any, because otherwise you'll have to be like me and figure out where they all go on after the fact. And you can see that once you put together that core fighter and the G-Bird, which are going to take up the majority of the manual, all you have to do is turn it into this old looking MS here. If you're used to how much effort though Bandai puts into new manuals, you'll be sorely disappointed with the back. Especially if you're painting, you've got a color list here and it's just going to say things like body color 1, and this is going to be the head armor, front armor, you can see the list there. And this is going to be white, but down here you've got cobalt blue and indie blue, and does it tell you the proportions? No, it does not. So basically it's going to tell you which body parts are done in which colors, and then they're not going to tell you how to mix it. However, around here you can see get some good information about the seals, so you don't have to miss they're not all on the inside here, you can pick up a lot of them here. And you can see that GBRD, the G-Bird, looking fantastic along with that core fighter. Everything is going to look good if you just want to put in the effort to get it there. This MS Handbook inside was a pleasant surprise. I didn't really notice it until I actually had this review going and saw it on the side of the box that it's included inside. When you open it up, you're going to get a whole bunch of nice color splash pages there of the old Neo Gundam RX-99, looking pretty sharp there against that fantastic CG background there. Then you're going to have some more lineup up there, but more importantly, you're going to have the man, the myth, the legend himself. You're going to have a picture of the actual mecha designer here. You've got Okawara Kunio, who is a legend of Gundam, and it's great to see his line art in any form whatsoever. He's designed, of course, some of the most famous Gundams of all time. Really cool to see him at his desk doing his thing. So once you go inside the rest of the book, you're going to find out more information about the whole Silhouette Formula F91 lineup. You can see the Neo and the Silhouette there, along with their support ones in the back. Here's the Silhouette Formula plan and how it was developed. You've also got the Hardy gun, which is looking pretty impressive, and that G Cannon Magma, which is one of the cooler MS designs I think that have ever been brought into a Gundam plastic model form in 1/100th. Here they're going to talk about some of the story and what was happening in UC-0123, long after Amuro's time. In the Zebra Zone, they're going to talk about the actual main ship that was involved in this big confrontation between the EFF. I won't spoil it too much. But you can talk about Tokyo D. Randall, the main pilot there, then Kevin Forrest, his pilot buddy. You're also going to have Alice Orland, I don't know how to say that exactly, Carl Spitz, and you're going to have some whole bunch of characters, good and bad, along there. Once you get inside, you're going to find out some more. They had some run-ins with the Crossbone Gundam early on in the series, and you can see, look at this, they're showing off the Gira Doga and how much bigger it is than the Silhouette Gundam here, which is after the year 100, and they talk about its development. You can see some stuff about the Crossbone Vanguard, including that old Zabine Charles pilot of the Burgagiros and the Crossbone Gundam X2 after this, and some more information about the high-up muckamucks from the Crossbone Vanguard and the beautiful girl that they found stowed away in a mobile suit. More art here to go along with Story 3 and some really cool Crossbone variations, and then you're going to find out that the EFF is not the good guys that they were portrayed to be in the One-Year War, well, in First Gundam anyway. As you can see them, old Iron Mask, and then some more information about Bararona, the future captain of the Crossbone Vanguard, and I'm talking about the pirates there. And there's the G-Bird flying off, as it says, with the weapon underneath the core fighter. Once you go inside, you're going to see a whole project history here from Universal Century 0093 all the way up to March of 0123. You can see the F91, the Silhouette Gundam, and the Neo Gundam there. And how the RX-F91 also, it's going to show the Kai up there, I believe. And talk about how this was all thanks in no small part to the SNRI Strategic Naval Research Institute, which developed the F91. And you can see the old arrow showing the relationship with that old stolen technology in the RX-F91 Silhouette Gundam, thanks to Anaheim Electronics. If you're a big fan of MS development, you can see how Anaheim Electronics, and you've got the old RGM-89 down there, and then SNRIs, you've got the F91, which led to the 2, the F71, which led to the F91, and up and down to the F91 Silhouette Kai. And you can see how this led on to the Silhouette Gundam, which led to the Neo Gundam. When you go to the next page, it's going to be a lot more straightforward because it's just the Crossbone Vanguard. Yes, they had the O1, then the O2, then they went on. And you can see the 4, the 5, the 5B, the 7, before you're going to get the XM07G, which is a part of this series, and quite a cool looking mobile suit. You've also got the XM06 and XM03 over here. And finally inside, the rest of the book is going to be taken up with some mobile suit variations, which is sort of ironic that you've got a variation line of F91 as this was purported to be as part of the one-time planning. You've got here, you're going to have the Hardy Gun Night Raid, which is looking pretty impressive actually. You've got some really cool looking art. This was obviously painted up by a very nice pro. And then you go inside and you're going to have the Hardy Gun Blitzkrieg down here, which is looking very interesting in those color schemes. I certainly like the Night Raid a lot more. Here you're going to have the F71, the G Cannon Magna, and this is the Super Destroid Farm Type SD. I didn't know that that's how you spelled Destroid in English. But anyway, it's looking cool. You can see that they borrowed some of the weapons from the F90. And then when you go on, you're also going to have the Einzelkampf, and this is the Flame Tiger Beginnerzelle. And it's all looking really cool in purple with that huge massive shield over there to go along with the shelf nozzles, which should be familiar if you've seen the Burger-Gyros. You can also see some variations here which are painted up quite nicely. This is part of the Dark Tiger Squadron. You can see some of the weapons and the line arts. This is all again Gundam 0123. Before the back page is going to have a fantastic picture. Okawara Kunio's original right here. And you've got the XM07S Bararona Special Vigna Gina. I forget how to say that in Japanese. So that'll wrap up my unbox and the intro for this Neo Gundam, and I've got to say that it's always really cool to go through these old kits. I think most people today are building high grades and master grades and things like that, and there's a lot of things to take for granted that we do when you go back to these old ones. You've got to appreciate how new this would have been at the time. So it's sort of cool to see, and stay tuned for the next parts where you'll get to see this mobile suit actually put together and see how it works in practice. Really nice. This MS Handbook was better than I expected since I don't have the manga with me at the moment. So it was good to go back and read all about that and some cool variations in there. I always like looking at this guy's line art, no matter what form that he's going to do, and especially this cool one original on the back. So anyway, stay tuned for the next part where I'll have the parts, and don't forget you can check out my review of the Silhouette Gundam, the F90, with all of its armament on, the Burger-Gyros, and all sorts of kits, new, old, and everything in between. Robert184, gundam.tk, please let me know what you think with a comment down below. Thanks for watching, everybody. You know how with some sci-fi anime characters you wonder what nationality or where they're from? I wonder where Tokyo Randall is from.